I watched Madame Web. I'm not going to tell you how I watched it, but I watched it, and I'm here to talk about it on the second channel, Browntable Plus. Not affiliated with Disney Plus, by the way. I'm gonna be honest, just straight up, I think Sony needs to stop. I straight up think they just need to chill out and stop making garbage, you know, other than the Spider-Verse movies. Because even the Venom movies, as fun as they can be, they're also bad. I'm so sorry. If you enjoy the Venom movies, you can. I think they're fun. And they pumped out Morbius, and then we have Madame Web, and it's like, who is this for? You know, the term "who is this for" isn't really fair for most movies because, like, nobody's asking for a Tenet, but Tenet exists and it's cool. So yeah, Tenet, let's have a Tenet. But what I mean more so is, like, you know, when a movie's made and it's like, oh, this is definitely the message of the movie. This is the point of the movie. They're trying to get this point across and it's great. This movie needs to exist because this artist was trying to tell this story. I don't feel that with Madame Web. I'm parroting right now what I feel like every YouTuber must have already said. And that is that Madame Web is definitely a studio movie. It's definitely one of those Sony movies where they're trying to keep the rights to Spider-Man and Spider-Man characters, which is just batshit. And what's worse is that it feels nothing like a Spider-Man movie. There's Spider-Man characters in the movie. Doesn't feel like Spider-Man. It honestly doesn't feel like anything in the Spider-Man mythos. It feels like a movie about people with spider powers rather than like a Marvel movie where characters have spider powers and it's because they're connected to Spider-Man. Madame Web has more in common with Paddington than fucking Spider-Man, in my opinion. Paddington's from fucking Peru, and he's vibing up in there. Madame Web, she got her powers because of Peruvian tribes. I don't know what the fuck the plot is. I mean, okay, as a Peruvian, awesome. Peru mentioned, you know, in this movie, and it's like, oh, that's cool. But like, what is happening, you know? In general, though, in the comics, I don't like the whole mystical element of Spider-Man being bitten. I'm not really a big fan of the Ezekiel Sims character, but I guess the comics don't fucking matter here because Ezekiel Sims in this movie, who is he? The movie okay, let's go through the movie. The movie starts, right? And it's like Ezekiel Sims and Madame Web's mom. And then he just fucking caps her in the forest and he takes the spider with spider powers. We're reintroduced to Ezekiel Sims now, more so in the future, and we don't know who he is. He has money now. How? I don't know. We know fucking nothing about him. Absolutely fucking nothing. It's crazy. And his introductory scene, he's just fucking some lady, and it's like, okay, sick. That's awesome. What is happening? Is that his wife? Like, what's going on? And then he just fucking kills her, and then he kills her because in the scene he's like, by the way, I'm being targeted and I need some CIA tech to be able to track down the people that are targeting me or are gonna target me in the future. The 3 Spider Women. Okay, this movie fucking sucks, dude. But it's actually really funny, which makes it like really enjoyable sometimes. Ezekiel Sims knows he's gonna get killed by the Spider Women in the future, so he's like, I need CIA tech or FBI tech, I don't know, whichever one, to be able to track down these girls that are gonna kill me in the future, now in the present, before they have power, so I can kill them immediately and save myself from dying. And the lady he's sleeping with is from the CIA, is from the FBI, and then she's like, oh fuck. But before she can even do shit, he like injects her with poison and slowly kills her. And then once he gets access to the technology, he goes to like his secret lair with like his fucking assistant, and it's like, I don't know, man. Like, the movie is so fucking whack. All his lines are ADR'd, by the way. It's actually insane.
I didn't know we'd be targeting teenagers.
They're teenagers now, but in the future, they have powers. But in the future.
And what's crazy is, again, people have said this, the director is cracked. S.J. Clarkson has directed episodes of Succession, of The Defenders, that's in Jessica Jones, and I recognized her direction so quickly, and that was through watching The Defenders. Because the way Madame Web's, like, future, like, senses kind of visualize, it has that kind of weird jagged editing that The Defenders has whenever it has a transition. It goes... You know what I mean? If you've seen the show, you know what I mean. And I felt that. It was so clear, you know? The direction in the movie is actually not terrible. But you can just tell this was just such a fucking mess because of the studio. It's just so obvious, man. It's just so clear. The script also does not help. I'm so sure that Sony's like, I need you to stop that. Change it now. Actually, backtrack, change it back. Actually, we're doing something completely different. I know they're fucking doing this. You know how crazy it is to be like, hey, cast of Madame Web, yeah, you're gonna be in the MCU. I'm assuming this based off the interviews they have. They tell these cast members that they're gonna be part of the MCU because they think they're gonna be part of something huge. Like even Tyrese Gibson, wasn't he? I'm pretty sure he was like, yo, I'm so excited to be part of the MCU. And it's like, you're not, you know? I don't know what information they're feeding these actors. I feel like that should be illegal if they do that. And something else that's fucking bonkers is that they don't even know which Spider-Man is meant to be set in this universe. There were rumors that were like, yeah, we don't know if this is gonna be Andrew or Toby or Tom. Like, they didn't know. They couldn't get the timelines right either, so they were like, actually, there's gonna be no fucking Spider-Man in this movie. Like, this is a new universe, and it's actually not even fucking connected to Venom. What the fuck? And honestly, listen, I was so in. Like, anytime there's like time travel or like weird like time shit in a movie, I'm like, I'm in. So when I was watching this movie and Cassie, Madame Web, gets her fucking powers, this is cool. I like that she, in the beginning, does not know what's past, what's present, what's future. Shit is just happening, like, simultaneously almost, and she's like, I think you're gonna die. I think something bad is gonna happen. And then like the guy, like, there's a scene where she tries to stop like a guy from dying, and even she doesn't understand what's going on. So he's like, yeah, you're fucking weird. I'm just gonna go and do my job, and you know, you can stay here and do whatever you need to do. And then he fucking dies like 2 seconds later, and it's like, oh, she now understands that she can see the future, right? Honestly, the process of her learning about the abilities, and then it leads to the train scene. There's like a train scene where she meets the girls. You see it in the trailer. And that's probably the best scene in the movie because it's all about, I need to change the present so that the future doesn't happen. And I need to do this right now because they are literally gonna die like this second. And I thought that was very, very, very fun. That's probably the best scene of the movie. It's pretty good. After the train scene, it's like, I'm in. I'm invested. Okay, let's do this. This was a weak start, but I'm here. And then it just grinds to a halt. And I'm like, I was kind of enjoying this. What? Sydney Sweeney, Isabella Merced, and Celeste O'Connor, they are 1000% the best part of this movie, and they do nothing. And Dakota Johnson is so interesting because it's like she's not trying, but also she's trying in a weird way. And I saw this tweet and I can't stop thinking about it. She's kind of like Jeff Goldbluming this movie. After reading that tweet, I can't unsee it. It's so weirdly charming and awkward and slow that I'm like, this is kind of fucking awesome, but I hate it. But it's kind of cool. I don't know what to fucking think. It's so weird. It's just the weirdest shit. But the best thing ever is when she's fully Jeff Goldbluming in a scene that is unintentionally funny. The greatest shit of all time. There's a scene in the forest where like all the characters are just waiting there. They just escaped Ezekiel from the train. This is the moment where I was like, this movie's gonna be bad now, like really bad, but it's gonna be good bad. But then it stops being good bad and then just continues to be bad and it has moments of good bad, but whatever. Anyways, this scene is the best fucking shit I've ever seen. It's so bad.
I'm kind of more interested in why he's trying to kill us. I don't know.
It's so bad. This is the worst thing I've ever seen, and it's awesome. Also, oh my fucking god, I forgot. Uncle Ben is in this movie. Fucking Uncle Ben is a paramedic. He's like straight up the main guy. It's Cassandra, and then it's Ben. Up until like Ezekiel appears. I was flabbergasted. I did not expect that much Uncle Ben. And then not only do we get Uncle Ben, we get Mary Parker, and we see Peter Parker be born. Well, we don't see it, but Peter Parker is born in this movie. That's insane. Bro, there's a scene in this movie when the trailer came out and you saw the Spider Women and they were like suited up. I instantly was like, okay, that's gonna be in like 2 seconds of the movie. I would be surprised if they were in more of the movie. I was wrong that I'm pretty sure I was like, this is gonna be like the end credits, and I was half right. They actually show up way earlier, but they do show up in the end credits again. But it's like a reused shot. It's weird.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
Thought we wouldn't notice, but we did.
I don't know why they didn't just have them actually get their powers. Would have been cool. They didn't have enough time. They didn't want to get into it. That's such a boring excuse because they're not gonna make a Madame Web 2. Like, what are you saving this for? Madame Web loses her fucking eyesight in the stupidest way possible. It's so bad. So it's like the worst climactic battle scene. ADR Ezekiel Sims is like, I'm gonna kick your ass, Madame Web. But then debris falls on him, and then Madame Web is like, you thought that the girls were gonna kill you? No, I am. Or something like that. Or like, I'm gonna be your future, I am, or something. I'm gonna be your future, I am. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
The girls were never your future. I was.
That's warranted because nobody knew what they were doing with this movie. And real quick, if the effects look kind of wonky, again, $80 million budget for like a good amount of shit that they have to always be throwing at us and weird effects. But not just that, it was definitely a weirdly produced production. Like there was one shot in this, like most of the shots in the movie are fine. There's only one that I can really think of that is just, that's dog. They reuse a version of an earlier shot with the 3 Spider Women. They just like randomly, awkwardly add Madame Web in the top left corner. I was like, this is the greatest movie ever. It looks so shit. It looks so bad. And I'm so sorry whoever had to work on that shot. You must have had no time. Like, it definitely was giving rushed final scene that they had to do because they were like, oh, we need to have Madame Web suit up. Because if she doesn't suit up in a suit that we've been advertising in promotion, then I think we're in big trouble. Like, can't you get sued for that or something? They even use a shot from Spider-Man 2. I don't think S.J. Clarkson just came in and was like, let's use footage from Spider-Man 2. And I'm just thinking, why would this happen? Okay, this was a last-minute addition, and those artists that worked on that, they got shit luck. And they just had to fucking do as much as they could as fast as they could with the time they had. And that sucks ass. I honestly think that if this movie focused on the 3 girls, they randomly like happened to be in the same area, and then out of nowhere, a woman comes out and is like, you're gonna fucking die. Someone is coming for you. Like, just imagine that. First 15 minutes of the movie, you're introduced to the 3 Spider-Women characters before they're Spider-Women. And first action sequence, they're on the train. Fucking lady comes out. You're gonna fucking die! Get out, get out! And we don't know. All we know is the little that we know about their lives, you know? And it's gonna give, like, Spider-Man 2. You know how that movie basically, other than, you know, Spider-Man suiting up and swinging around the city, like, right at the beginning, basically there's a good amount of time where Spider-Man just doesn't show up and it's just Peter's life. Give me that and apply that to Madame Web, but with these girls. We get to meet them, we understand who they are, what they do, and then eventually they all kind of meet at the same train. They don't know each other. It's all coincidence. Lady comes out. You're all gonna die. She explains that in the future, you're a superhero. You're a fucking superhero and you're gonna fucking kill that guy. That's a plot. I'm sorry that I'm kind of tooting my own horn. I think I fucking ate with that. No, because just imagine that. That's so much more interesting. Because Madame Web, she wants to protect these kids, but she is in no immediate danger. The ones who are in immediate danger and have this grand destiny are the kids, are the future Spider-Women. They should be the main characters. And through them meeting Madame Web, Cassandra, she can explain who she is and what her involvement in the story is. The fact that they're eventually going to become superheroes and kill Ezekiel is so much more interesting than Cassandra having a mom and that she died to save her and that's how she got her. But I don't give a fuck. This is about Spider-Women killing Ezekiel. That's why Ezekiel's gonna kill them. I think that'd be so much more interesting. And again, with Cassandra not being the primary character, we can actually focus on the more interesting ones. And she can still explain her backstory and have a lot of plot to do with that. I don't know what I'm saying. This is not scripted at all. We can still have Cassandra's backstory. We just don't have to fucking dedicate so much time to... How does she leave the US and go to Peru if she's literally like being tracked down by the authorities? This movie fucking rules. It's so bad. It's so bad. There's a scene where Madame Web tries to climb a wall and it mimics the Toby scene where he's trying to climb a wall, but she just falls and she goes... Well, that just happened. Basically. She doesn't say, well, that just happened, but she's basically like, thank God nobody saw that, or something like that. And it was so good. It was so funny. It also takes her so long to understand that she has time travel powers. Not time travel powers, sorry, that's so stupid. It takes her so long to realize that she can see the future and actually like prevent it by altering the present. It takes her way too long. Like she's like, I saw my friend die. Oh my god. What is that? Idiot. You saw it happen and it happened exactly like you saw it in your vision. You can see the fucking future. It takes her like a bird crashing into a I'm dead ass. It takes a bird crashing into a window for her to be like, whoa, that's creepy. A bird just flew into my window. She goes to the window, she opens the window and the bird flies in and she's like, oh. I'm pretty sure that's how she finds out. You're fucking dumb, Cassandra. Like, goddamn. It took you that long? Oh, but yeah, like the movie got so fun when the 3 Spider-Women showed up and their banter was actually kind of fun. And it was like, this is fun. I'd rather have this than, you know, Cassandra story. Not that Cassandra isn't fun, she's just fun in a different way. And for a lot of the movie, it doesn't work. For the parts that do, it is very fun. I think this movie's really bad. If one day in the future, in the far future, you're able to watch it and there's like no monetary damage that'll come to you, try it out. Maybe it's on Netflix and you're randomly paying for it and you're like, whoa, Madame Web's here. Get drunk and watch it. You are not gonna regret that. Anyways, thanks so much for coming to the table. Plus, I'm gonna say goodbye doing a Cassandra Webb impression because this is basically what she's like in the movie. So, make sure to watch Interstellar Ranger Commence. It's an animated series on Browntable. You should check it out. You know, also, thank you so much for watching. Also, make sure to become a member on the main channel because that would really help me out. You'll get access, early access to videos and exclusive content. So, thanks for watching.